Welcome to this explainer. Let's just jump right in, okay? Picture this. You're in the Strait of Hormuz, literally one of the world's most heavily monitored, high-stress maritime choke points. All of a sudden, an AH-64 Apache helicopter out on a routine patrol just goes down. It crashes violently into the water. Now, whether it was a technical glitch or something else entirely, the official reasons are still unconfirmed. The immediate reality on the ground, or rather in the water, was absolutely terrifying.
So, what actually happens when a heavily armored military helicopter hits the ocean in the dead of night? Well, you've got two highly trained pilots who somehow survived the initial impact. But now they are plunged straight into freezing, pitch-black water. Massive, violent waves are just crashing over them, and they're fighting this exhausting, desperate battle just to keep their heads above the surface. I mean, the clock is ticking. Hypothermia is a very real threat, and visibility is practically zero.
Section 1. Crisis at Sea.
Normally, when two of your own are stranded out there in an unforgiving ocean, the immediate instinct is to send a traditional manned rescue team. You send a crew, right? But the weather here was so incredibly severe that sending human rescuers meant risking even more lives. It's a total operational gridlock. Faced with this impossible dilemma, the U.S. Navy's Task Force 59 made a really unprecedented choice. They decided to rely entirely on an AI rescue. No human risk, completely autonomous navigation, straight into the pitch black.
Section 2. AI Savior, Corsair.
To actually pull off this rescue, they turned to a 24-foot autonomous boat called the Corsair. Here's how it played out. Step 1, the Apache goes down. Step 2, Task Force 59 immediately deploys the Corsair right into those dark, stormy waters. Now, because it doesn't have human eyes, it used a highly sophisticated array of radar, cameras, and artificial intelligence to map out that chaotic ocean in real time. It independently tracked down the stranded pilots, safely brought them aboard, and ferried them back to shore. Just a flawless, life-saving execution by a machine.
Section 3. The creator, Vibhav Altekar.
But get this, the architect of this incredible rescue wasn't even on the water. He was hundreds of miles away in Texas. Engineer Vibhav Altekar actually built his foundation studying electrical engineering over at the University of California. From there, he joined the defense tech company Anduril, working on the cutting-edge Ghost Shark drone submarine project. And all of that world-class experience really culminated in 2022 when he stepped up to become the co-founder and chief technology officer of Saronic Technologies.
When Vibhav teamed up with former U.S. Navy SEAL Dino Mavrokalkis to start Saronic Technologies, their philosophy was, well, pretty ambitious. They didn't just want to build basic remote-controlled drones. No, they wanted to engineer genuinely intelligent maritime robots, machines capable of making incredibly complex, life-saving decisions entirely on their own.
Section 4. Capabilities of Corsair. To pull off a rescue like the one in the Strait of Hormuz, this machine's capabilities had to be absolutely flawless. We're talking about a compact 24-foot vessel that can hit speeds over 65 kilometers per hour. It has a payload capacity of 454 kilograms, so easily enough to hold rescue pilots and all their emergency gear. But the real game changer? It's the range. 1,850 kilometers on a single fueling. In a rescue scenario where literally every single second matters, that kind of speed and endurance was the literal difference between life and death.
But of course, all that physical speed needs a brain to guide it. Since the Corsair doesn't have a human captain gripping a steering wheel, it relies completely on autonomous navigation. By processing massive amounts of environmental data through real-time radar and advanced camera integration, Vibhav's independent AI software continuously analyzes the water, avoids hazards, and plots the safest, fastest course. And it does all of this without a single prompt from a human.
Section 5. AI's life-saving future. That rescue was a massive watershed moment. It proved definitively that AI in defense isn't just some sci-fi concept anymore. It's an operational reality. And you better believe the defense establishment took notice. The U.S. Navy actually awarded Saronic Technologies a massive contract worth $392 million. To put that into perspective, that's roughly 3,200 crore rupees. It's a huge financial validation of autonomous tech and a massive investment in the future of how naval operations are going to be run.
You know, we so often associate military technology and AI with, well, destruction, right? Tools of war. But this whole story really highlights a totally different reality. When top-tier engineering talent is applied with real purpose, these advanced systems become instruments of rescue. It proves without a doubt that AI can absolutely be leveraged to protect and preserve human life.
Which leaves us with this really fascinating paradigm shift to think about.
As brilliant minds continue to push the boundaries of what these machines can actually do, are we going to see defense technology transition more and more away from destruction and towards salvation? It's a future that's already arriving on our shores today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.